Hey guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. Today we'll be taking a second look, actually, at the Panthera Prime. Or I guess this would technically be the third look. But on my last video, someone left a comment about a mod I did not know existed, because I don't own the regular Panthera Prime. And that mod is Disarming Purity. Secondary fire mode has a 40% chance to disarm enemies. So I thought we would take a look at that. As you can see, it has +1 Purity. Purity is an effect from New LOKI that, when triggered, which you trigger it by gaining affinity, just killing things, doing activities, it'll do 1000 corrosive damage to enemies within 25 meters, recovers 25% max health, which for Naros is basically free healing, and also base health increases by 25% for 30 seconds. And if you're in high level missions, that's basically permanent. Or I don't think you can do permanent for that. I think there's a cooldown. I'm not exactly sure. So this is still the same build. I just took Vial Acceleration out to test this. If you're going to use this though, I would probably expect that Vial Acceleration is still going to be useful because of the enhanced fire rate you get. But we'll take a look at that after I test this out. I haven't tested this out yet, I just thought it was a cool mod that I did not know about. So we're going to do this test again. And we'll see what the chances are that this actually disarms enemies. So we'll start with the Corpus over here first. And the Grenier. So he's already disarmed there. That one took 2 hits to disarm. Dude, that was 3 hits. That was about 4 or 5 hits there. 2. And 1. That's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be without Vial Acceleration. So with the disarming, it basically just makes them so they can't shoot you anymore. And it's kind of off and on for me, because I like to kill things faster than they can actually get after me for. I don't think these guys can be disarmed, so. So 1 hit there. 2 hits there. And we'll just skip those for now, because I want to test this now with Vial Acceleration, see if it's better. So what I would trade Vial Acceleration out for, if you don't have Prime Cryo rounds and you're just using like Malignant Force and Rhyme rounds for Viral, then your second mod slot that you're not using would probably be that. But for this, I'm going to take out Thermite rounds, move Malignant Force over here, and put Vial Acceleration on. And then we'll test the secondary fire on there. Now with Vial Acceleration, the 3.67 on the regular primary fire goes up to 6.97. And then this one almost goes up to 4. Is it really that slow? Wow. Oh, forgot to... spawn the enemies. And we'll go back over here and see how well this does. So I'm gonna go do like a sweeping motion around here. 2 hits for each. So all but 2 actually, that one was stubborn. That one was just next hit. So yeah, as you can see, it procs often. It does. But for me, while I'm looking at it, I don't think the value is in the actual secondary fire, unless you're in like a high level mission and want to disarm your enemies. Where I think the value for this mod's gonna be is in the Syndicate proc. Just take these guys out quick. And you fell off. So like I said, the Syndicate proc does 1000 corrosive damage and 25 meter radius. And it is guaranteed status effect. And the healing from it, you gain 25% of your max health back. And your base health increases by 25%. Now I can't show that in the simulacrum here, because we don't gain infinity in the simulacrum. Let me check something out quick. I'm not sure what mods I have on my Inaros Prime. He's still at 1.4, I haven't played at all. Yeah, so this is what I showed you yesterday, was the... well, trying to get to the max health I can get, but without more form on it, I can't do that. But, this is my leveling up mod setup I have on right now. And it's at 4830 health. With that 25% at max health, if I can get all the way up to like 7,000 or something like that, it's going to be a lot of health. For Naros specifically, because it came with his Prime access. But any frame that has a lot of health, basically just ignoring Hildren. Yeah, I think Hildren's really the only one that this won't be good on. That healing effect will definitely help. Do I think it's a mandatory mod? No. I wouldn't call any... It's very hard to say if it's... Here's what I think. I don't think any Syndicate mods are must-haves. I really don't. The only other Syndicate mods I use would be on the Super Vandal, the Entropy Burst, and I believe there's one more. Yes, the Prisma Grinlock for Deadly Sequence, and that's just for the first effect, not really the second. So what I wanted to showcase here basically was the mod itself with Vile and without Vile Acceleration, because I still think Vile Acceleration is the best in slot with this build. Do I think this is the best build out there? I have no idea. This is basically what I saw and what works for me. I did sorties with it yesterday and it worked very well. I just did sorties with this weapon too. I just had this weapon equipped, except I'm not sure if there was a weapon specific sortie. I can't remember. But yeah, so for, where is it again? For Disarming Purity, it procs often. It procs often enough where I could recommend it if you're looking for that. The Purity effect is awesome. That I will say. It is very awesome. But for me, I think I would stay with the Vile Acceleration and Viral Heat on this weapon. Now, if you have a Riven for it that takes some of this out, like, let's say, for instance, you get a crit chance Riven, let's say Status and Toxin, where you could replace two. If you can replace two mods on this build, or if you don't have Prime Car rounds, then yeah, I would use it. Because unless you're going up against very, very high level enemies, which I believe those were 150. Yep. Let's kill them all first. But I still think that Vile Acceleration is better. Let's get closer to these guys. Yeah. If you like to play with disarming opponents, my advice would be to use... There's two frames that come to my head right away. Let's see here. LOKI, or LOKI Prime, whichever one you have, is Augment, irradiating Disarm. Yeah, it will disrupt their weapons, force them to revert to melee combat. It's basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing, but they also get irradiation proc. I would use this more than the Disarming Purity mod, just because you can mod LOKI for range, and then it becomes really good. The only reason I haven't formatted this is because he's basically just an invisibility build that I use sometimes. And then the other one I can think of would be Mag. And let's see here. Yeah, Magnetizing Discharge, along with either Fracturing Crush or Counterpulse, is really good too. And I don't have Energize on her for some reason. Those two frames can do basically what Disarming Purity, but what I would assume, or what I think, is better. Because Disarming Purity only has a 40% chance. If that was a 100% chance, then oh hell yeah. But it does disarm fast. It does. Unless you're really, really unlucky. But I wouldn't choose a form of crowd control because there are frames that do that better. Niches like support weapons, I don't particularly like. The only form of that I actually do is the status chance on weapons, and that's pretty much just up to you. But for something like the Syndicate proc on that, where is it again? Right there. It's not for me. It's definitely not. Thank you for the one who commented about this. I did not know about this mod. If you have it, you can use it. Like, you're not gonna really see a big damage decrease on it. And if you like to disarm enemies, go for it. But for me, personally, I think I would stick with Bio Acceleration. Thank you for watching, and I might be doing an Aros Prime showcase later with a full build. It's gonna be an Umbral build. I still need to form him, I believe, 5 times, which is gonna be fun. But if you like, or if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I will see you later.